You can see it gets warm in here pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick.
But it will cool down once we get moving.
Okay.
I'm just looking to make sure.
Traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo, downwind 231.
Heavy traffic, Kilo from here from over the field. We'll be joining mid-downwind for 31, full stop. I don't have you on side yet. Okay, I see you now.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, backtracking 31 for a real quick turn and burn.
So we stay along this white line, right in the middle?
Yep. So what I'm going to do is turn around at the other end. I'm going to go full power with this thing and we'll be taking off right away.
Okay, great.
There's another aircraft coming to land right now. He's over there. So I have to get out of his way quickly. Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
Is there an air traffic controller here who would let us know whether we are number 1, number 2 now?
No.
So it's just coordination?
Yep. Most airports in the world are controlled just by the pilots. Only the very busy ones are controlled by air traffic control.
Okay.
All right, so if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yep.
Traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo, turning
ready
231.
for takeoff.
And Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees on the roll, 31.
Full power. I'm steering. I'm steering with my feet right now.
Okay.
And we are off the ground.
Wow. Yeah, it's starting to cool down already.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the instrument I watch when we're climbing is this right here. That's my airspeed.
Okay. Is this kilometers or miles?
It's knots.
Okay.
Knots. So they're very similar to miles. So I want to climb the plane at 60 to 65, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I control that by how hard I pull on the stick. If I want to slow down, I pull towards me, but I don't want to go any slower for our climb.
Okay.
This is our altimeter. It's telling us how high above sea level we are right now.
Okay.
Kilo 24 on a base 431, number 2.
Approaching altitude.
Wow.
So we're now 1,000 feet over the ground.
Kilo 24, final 431,
okay.
We started at 700 feet.
Yeah. Altitude.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, airborne off of 31, straight climb up to 2,200 feet, en route to Wasaga Beach.
Okay, so that's Wasaga?
Yeah, Wasaga is right over here.
Okay.
Just going to climb up just a little bit more. I'm going to go up to 2,200, level this plane off.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo, clearing active runway for 08.
Right around here, I'm pushing forward on the stick to level off a little bit, reducing my power because I don't need to climb anymore.
Okay. If you reduce the power, wouldn't that reduce the speed on the aircraft?
If I was still going up, yes. But since I leveled the plane, I no longer need all that horsepower pulling us.
Okay.
So right now we are doing what we call cruise.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 2,300 feet because it's very smooth up here. Feel how smooth the air feels?
Yeah. Are you turning left a little bit?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to avoid this ball diamond down here because this is where they do skydiving.
Okay.
So soon there'll be guys dropping out of the sky with parachutes on, and I don't want to hit them.
Wow, this is an amazing place. I didn't know there is so much to do in this area.
Oh, it's beautiful up here. The beaches are beautiful. There's a lot of stuff here. You know, in the wintertime, there's skiing on that hill there, that Blue Mountain Resort.
Okay.
Very nice restaurants, you name it. Hiking. There's even caves over there, scenic caves that people take tours of.
Stop Delta Whiskey, backtracking 31.
Okay, so I'm just switching radio stations here to listen to the pilots that are going to be in this area.
traffic, here Juliet Yankees, clear the active.
So you decide which, do you want to go that way down the coast? Do you want to go this way? It's up to you.
Anyway, is fine.
Okay. You know what? We'll go this way so we can pass by Wasaga Beach and I'm going to start showing you how to control this.
Okay.
So since you wanted to be a pilot before, I'm going to show you how all pilots start to learn how to fly. Take your left hand and put it on the control stick. Just gently. The reason why I say left is you want your right hand available eventually to control the radio and everything else. So right now we're cruising along. We're at 2,300 feet. I want you to feel what it's like when I take this plane and turn it. I'm going to turn it to the right. It's just going to require...
Traffic, F172, Golf Charlie Tango Juliet, 16 nautical miles back to the northwest.
It's going to require just a little bit of pull on the stick like this. Feel that?
Yeah.
Notice how the bank is getting steeper and steeper.
Whoa.
And then we can just pull back. But now we're level again, a little bit of a left turn. So if you want to try a left turn, we go like this.
Calling a traffic, Diamond
Wow.
November Echo Charlie is about 6 miles to the west of the field over
Wow.
2,000 feet inbound to the straight in.
This is amazing. The water is so clear.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Just crossing the shoreline.
We're going to try that again. We're going to come this way.
6,500 feet southbound.
Open this a little bit so you get better visibility.
Wow.
Traffic over Clarksburg at the shoreline, say your altitude. 6.5, we have you inside, no factor.
I just have to make a radio announcement here so no other pilots get near us.
And Wasaga Beach area traffic, SportStar India Juliet Kilo Yankees, 2,300 feet over top of Wasaga Beach. Just heading east, northeast now and along the shoreline.
Okay, so if we want to take the plane and go up, we just pull back a little bit.
Calling with traffic, Delta Romeo.
Notice what happens, you can feel the nose going up, but our airspeed starts getting slow. So I'm going to have to add more power.
Air, parachute in the air, 5 grand below, Janata will fly the drop zone, 1 mile 7 down.
So I added more power so we didn't get dangerously slow. I don't want to fly this aircraft any slower than 60 knots.
Okay.
Once we start going slower than that, we're in danger of stalling, and we don't want to do that.
Okay, what happens if we start stalling?
Well,
Start going down?
we just start falling, yes.
Okay.
And it's not wise to do. We train to do it, but it's not a safe thing to be playing around with.
Yep.
So I'm going to level it off here at 2,700, reduce the power. Now, if we want to take the aircraft and go down, it's just a little push forward, like that.
Ooh.
You'll also notice that our altimeter is dropping.
Right, and the
our-
speed is increasing.
That's right. So since we're going down, I'm going to reduce the power because I don't need to go really fast. So what I'm going to do is get it to 2,500 feet and then let you start controlling this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the power you need to cruise and feel free to start doing some turns. You have control of the plane.
Wow. I don't want to be too adventurous here.
It's okay.
Is our speed okay? It says 80.
80 is very safe.
Okay.
As long as we're faster than that 60, we're doing good.
Okay. Nice. How far in?
Foxtrot, November Echo Charlie is now entering the straight and left down with 31 full stop.
How far into the lake can we go? Can I take a left?
You could take a left. I just don't like to go too far out there in case our engine failed. I don't want to land in the water.
Okay.
So a pilot's always thinking about that when they fly.
Yep.
So like right now, if our engine failed, we would just land in one of those fields right there.
Okay.
I've never had an engine failure in this plane before.
Have you had it ever in another plane?
I have, yes.
Oh wow.
But the good thing about that is we train for it. So before you get your license,
Traffic, Charlie Golf.
yourself and the instructor will do many, many simulated engine failures.
Okay.
So you get to the point that you're supposed to be very comfortable when it happens.
Juliet is just over Craig Leaf, about 10 nautical miles to the northwest, climbing through 4,900.
I think they're going down a little bit.
Just a little bit.
To Wasaga Beach.
If you want to see a more accurate representation of climbing or descending, this gauge here, called the vertical speed indicator, will tell you. If it's on the 0, it does not sense that we're climbing.
Okay.
If it's below, that means we're in a bit of a descent. But the most important thing to remember is try not to fly by staring at those, because if you do, your flying will be very choppy.
Got it.
You want to spend the majority of your time looking outside. You just peek at them to make sure you're being honest, you know?
Okay. Are those like small clouds there?
Here they are.
Wow.
Below us, yeah.
Nice. This is so good.
You know, I don't know the answer to your question in regards to vision when it comes to this type of license. I would have to look into that for you.
Okay.
But this type of license is one of the easiest ones to get. This is, in Canada, this is called ultralight. This type of plane.
Ultralight?
Ultralight, yes. So ultralight means a two-seater aircraft only.
Okay.
And you can only fly it during the daytime, and the plane has to remain within Canada.
Okay.
So that's the restrictions of ultralight, and you can only fly a plane that's registered as an ultralight. So in Canada, if it has an I, that means ultralight.
Okay.
On the
and what is C?
C means Canada.
Oh, okay.
I is the type of plane, and then JKY is the designated name, like a license plate.
Got it.
The restrictions for these are much less than the private pilot license, so it's a lot easier to get.
Okay.
It only requires about 25 hours of training
Okay.
that I find to get a license. Usually $4,000, $4,500 to get a license.
Okay.
The license is good for life unless you have a medical condition that trumps it.
Okay.
So if you have a heart attack, then your license is no good unless you get a doctor to show that it's not going to happen again.
Okay.
Vision is the one thing I'm not too sure, because it's not as strict as the private pilot.
Okay.
Private pilot license, you need very, very good vision.
Hollywood Unicom Yankee 0 radio check.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're doing fairly well.
If it's 40 hours of flying, I would want to do it. Get a license if I can.
Yeah, it's 25 hours of flying.
25.
Yeah.
So even less. And does any school near Toronto offer these courses?
The only place I know that's in Toronto that offers ultralight is Skyview, and he's not really in Toronto, he's in Brampton.
Okay, that's not very far away from me.
It's not far.
Is it classroom or on the plane?
Both.
Okay.
So like I have a school, I teach people to do it here with this.
Okay, nice.
The other guy is a friend of mine from the past, Mazar. I can give you his information afterwards.
Okay.
Let him know I sent you to him, and he'll treat you well.
He's the one in Brampton?
He's the guy in Brampton. I think it's Brampton. I hope it's Brampton and not Brantford. No, it's Brampton.
Okay. Where about do you live?
I live close by this airport.
Okay.
But I do have some students that come up from Toronto.
Okay.
You know, they'll come, every Sunday morning or something like that for 2 hours.
Okay.
And in a few months you get your license. And
Right.
the good thing about flying in this area is there's not a lot of traffic.
Right.
So it's a lot easier to learn without all the stress.
Right. That's true.
And the airport is not busy. So when you get there, when you're paying for time in the plane, we get off the ground real quick. You know?
Right.
So why don't you try taking the plane and turning us all the way around in the other direction?
Okay.
The hard thing to do when you turn is try not to climb or descend. That's the tricky thing.
Okay. Let's see. Which way should I take, left or right?
Whatever way you feel comfortable with.
Okay. I want to take left. It
Sure.
says that we might be on the water for some time.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about being over the water a little bit. I just don't want to fly out to the middle of the bay. Look at how smooth you are. Nice. So you're in a bit of a descent. So just pull back a little bit. Feel the speed pick it up. Gonna reduce that power. Feel the G-forces. So we descended a few hundred feet there, but that's fine. It's safe.
Charlie Tango Juliet,
Okay.
3 nautical miles north of the field at 5,500. Just heading
That was a good
over
sharp
the-
turn.
Heading
Thank you.
northbound.
Right now you're descending again. There you go.
Calling with traffic, Zulu Whiskey Alpha is just over the lake by the Collingwood Harbor, and we'll report.
From what I remember,
131 next at 2,000.
Mazar flies a very similar plane to
Leaving
this.
altitude.
Okay.
I think it's the same model, just an older version. So it doesn't
Okay.
have all the computer stuff, it's all analog,
Okay.
but it's the same difference, right?
Approaching
Yep.
altitude.
The only difference with this one is it talks to us, it has GPS, it has autopilot.
Oh, it has autopilot.
It does.
Calling with traffic, Piper Warrior Golf Hotel.
So it says approaching altitude. Is that because you've done some settings?
I put that little indicator on 2,500 feet.
Okay.
So whenever you get within 100 feet of it, she'll talk to you.
Okay.
And if you leave it by 100 feet, she'll say leaving altitude.
Oh, okay.
It just makes it easier for training so the
Right.
student doesn't have to hear my voice all the time. She's got a nicer voice. Yeah, you're doing very well with this thing.
Thank you. Actually, this might be the easiest thing. The tricky part would be taking off and getting down.
You know, to be honest, Robin, I find I usually am able to train somebody within 10 hours how to do the majority of all the flying exercises. So 10 hours of
Leaving
training, you'll be
altitude.
knowing how to take off and land. All of those little things. The hard things are learning the laws, learning the radio communications because you need a license to use the radio.
Okay.
And there's a certain format of language we have to
Approaching
use on the
altitude.
radio. But the laws are probably one of the trickier things, and procedures. So
Okay.
learning how to come to an airport and enter into the pattern
Leaving
properly.
altitude.
Little
Okay.
things like that take people a little bit of time to pick up.
Okay.
Navigation is another thing we have to learn. We have to learn how to navigate by the use of a
Approaching
compass
altitude.
Oh. Okay.
and with maps.
Okay. Like an actual map?
Yep. Yep, like this right here. So these things right here, aviation charts. So you got to learn how to use your compass on this and figure out all the stuff, directions, and how much fuel you're going to burn from here to here. So it's a
Okay.
whole learning process.
So that would be more of classroom, right?
Or classroom, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do this in the classroom ground school,
Uh-huh.
but you also pick up a bit of it while we're flying around too, because
Right.
you're going to learn all your procedures up here.
Where does it show the fuel?
We have two tanks, left tank, right tank.
Okay.
41 liters and 34 liters.
Okay.
2.2 crossing over the midfield. We have a
And how much are we going to burn for this flight?
over the midfield.
We should probably burn, I know it in gallons, it should be about 2 gallons.
Okay. So about 6 to 7
Yeah, yeah.
liters.
Yeah, this plane is capable of flying for 7 hours before you need fuel.
Oh, okay.
So if you filled it up, you can get very far, 700 miles.
Traffic,
Nice.
72 Golf Charlie Tango Juliet, 10 nautical miles to the southwest at 5,300. We'll be descending down to 3,500. We're just northeast bound.
You're doing very well. Nice controlling of this thing.
Thank you.
Calling with traffic, Zulu Whiskey Alpha.
Sometimes people take the controls and they make my stomach upset because they start. But this is good.
Leaving altitude.
It's okay. You can climb.
Calling with traffic, Hotel Yankee Whiskey over the midfield at 2.2 for the turn.
You know what? When my sister gave me this, I wasn't sure that I would be controlling the plane actually. But this is great.
That's
this is
what
amazing.
I do. I try to let you control it as much as possible.
That's great.
Yeah, as long as you're with a licensed instructor, you should be able to do this.
Okay. And is this plane like, I don't know if I should be asking you this, but do you guys rent these planes or do you own these planes?
I own the plane. My
That's
school
great.
owns the plane. I own the school.
That's great.
I do rent this out to my students.
Okay.
So when my students become licensed and they want to come and practice
Right.
on the weekend, they book it for an hour and they rent the plane.
Great. That's amazing.
Yeah. That way you're not forced to buy a plane right away. But some people just buy them because you can get them as cheap as $35,000.
Oh yeah? What about maintenance? Do you pay to the airport for parking and that area that you have?
Yes, I rent the hangar there. But you can find some airports that are relatively affordable.
Hotel Yankee Whiskey
Okay.
over the midfield at 1.7 to the left, downwind 31, Hotel Yankee Whiskey.
And Creemore calling with traffic, helicopter Foxtrot Kilo, Uniform Romeo, 1,800 feet, leveled over Creemore, northwestbound, conflicting traffic, please advise.
Calling with traffic.
I don't see that helicopter.
No, he's far away.
Approaching.
They're very hard to
altitude.
see other planes up here.
Okay.
So what we should do is we should go this way.
Left
Okay.
downwind 31, visual on the...
We have to avoid, see up in front of us, that clearing in the forest. That's that ball diamond where they drop the skydivers, so we have to avoid that area.
Leaving
Got it.
altitude.
That's restricted airspace. So you're going to spend some time up in the Wasaga Beach area today?
Yes,
Good.
exactly.
Very nice.
The day is really nice today.
Beautiful.
First time for us.
Oh, very good.
Golf Hotel Yankee Whiskey, left base 31.
Yeah, this is a beautiful part of the province to be in.
Yeah, I agree. The drive that we took was all like internal roads and it was really nice.
Yeah,
A lot of hills, a lot of forests,
that's
trees,
right, yeah.
farms.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer than the big highway.
Yeah, 400 is so boring.
Yeah.
Approaching altitude.
Are you controlling anything right now?
Nothing.
For the last about 10...
You have been controlling it the whole time since I told you you have control.
Okay, great. Except you gave some speed when we were turning, right?
I played with the throttle once, yes.
Throttle, okay.
So right now the throttle's kind of set. It's doing okay.
Golf Hotel Yankee Whiskey, final 31, full stop, Hotel Yankee Whiskey.
So where is the baseball diamond that you were referring to?
It's off our right wing there, off the tip of the wing.
Okay,
So we're away from it.
okay.
The airport we started from is right over there, right past this forest.
Okay.
See, you can see that, right?
These glasses that I have, these have the prescription.
Okay.
But I just don't know the exact spot. I can see everything, but I'm not sure about the exact spot.
I know, it's hard to understand until you start
Yeah.
learning the
Yeah.
area. Well, see this large forest here, like
Yep.
fields, forest, and
Yep.
then there's a big opening at the end of the forest.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
right there.
That's where we were. Okay, got it. I could feel some turbulence in between. Was it
A
because
little
of the
bit.
control or the weather?
That's the weather.
Okay.
That's the sun coming down, heating up the earth
Okay.
when it hits the ground, and it bumps up this warm air.
Even now?
Yeah, that's what that is. You're getting off very easy right now because normally this time of day it's very rough.
Oh yeah?
So this is very nice right now.
Okay.
It happens over land. Over the water you don't get it because the sun is absorbed by the water.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
See, now we went away from the water. Okay, I get it.
Now, on a level of 1 to 10 on how rough this can get, this is a 1. When it's a 10, you're coming out of your seat.
Wow.
It gets very violent.
I'm sure it will not be so much fun if
No,
it's a 10.
It's not fun.
Whoa.
You're doing the right thing. You're just controlling it. Now, what pilots will do to get away from that is we can climb higher if we had to.
Okay,
The higher we go, the cooler the air gets, and you're going to get less of this.
right. You want me to do that?
We don't need to because it's not bad. Like this is
okay.
okay.
I need to experience everything. This is one of them.
That's all right.
Sorry, I missed that message.
That's okay. He's talking about landing at that airport.
Okay.
We're going to have to start heading that way anyway shortly.
Okay.
A lot of forest up here, huh?
Yeah. Nice. I would be really keen on getting that license.
Yeah.
Yep. What's that called? Is there a name for that license?
Ultralight.
Ultralight license, okay.
Yep.
And who issues these licenses?
I issue the license with Transport Canada.
Okay.
So since I'm a Transport Canada instructor, I do the practical test with the student. The written test is to be done in North York at Transport Canada's office.
Okay.
So you go there with a letter of recommendation from your instructor.
That you've completed the 25 or 26.
That's right. You completed your flight training and you've completed your ground school. Then you take that letter with the signature to Transport Canada with your ID. They assign you a computer and you do the test.
Okay.
And once you do the test, you got the license.
Great. And is there a separate thing for instructor license?
To become an instructor?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have to go into more details?
More detail for sure, yes.
Okay. And let's say if someone has a license and they rent the plane from you, can they bring a friend with them?
If they have what they call a passenger carry rating. So that's what I would do also with the student. I'd get them a passenger carry rating.
Okay.
So we're going to have to take the plane now, is we're going to have to start angling towards the airport.
Okay.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo on final 231.
So it's going to start getting a little turbulent.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's
It's
normal.
getting harder to turn.
All right, you're doing well. So what we're going to do is we're going to point a little bit this way of the airport.
Okay. Where is the airport? Can you tell me again?
Directly in front of us. So if you look over the nose and look there and down, you'll see the runway. There's a couple of runways that go like this.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is we're going to start lowering down. We got to go down to 1,700 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to make a radio announcement here.
Edenvale traffic, SportStar India Juliet Kilo Yankee is 3 miles east of the field, inbound for landing, descending through 2,200 to circuit height, going to cross overhead the field and join a mid-left downwind 31.
You're right over there is the airport.
Okay.
See it?
Are we going in the right direction?
We are. You're doing
1,000 what?
1,700.
Okay.
So a little bit more.
Okay.
I put the little blue thing there.
Traffic, Bravo, backtrack 21.
Approaching altitude.
So here's that altitude.
Yep.
Since we're lowered
Within
to the ground.
100. Yeah.
Since we're lowered to the ground, it's going to get a little bumpier here.
Okay.
It's normal.
Edenvale traffic, Golfway Mixture Hotel at 2,400, 10 miles to the north, inbound to land 31. I'll be crossing midfield and joining left downwind 31.
But now we're going to angle right towards the airport and fly straight over top of that long runway.
Okay.
So keep it at 1,700 feet. You just fight these bumps. As it's pushing you around.
Crossing to 608, Delta.
That's good there. Let's, you let me know if you want me to take over too.
Okay, sure. It's this runway that we have to angle with?
We're going to go, I'll point it to you. Right around here. We're going to go right in this direction right there.
Okay.
So we're going, the long one that runs this way, we're going right across the middle.
Okay.
This is what they call entering the traffic pattern. So we have to go over top of the airport, then we're going to turn left on the downwind,
okay.
Left again on what they call base, and then left again for final approach. So
I didn't understand that. Can you repeat?
Okay. We're going to go across the airport.
Okay.
Then turn left 90 degrees this way.
Okay.
Then left again, and then left again for final approach. So we're doing like a rectangle.
Got it. So that's the place where we land?
Yep.
Okay, I see a plane taking off from there now.
Runway 31. Yep. So we're going to go right over top.
Okay.
This gives us an opportunity to inspect the runway.
Sir, where are you?
Oh, okay. Got it.
I don't have you on the site.
If you're talking about me, I'm overhead the field to join a mid-left downwind 31.
Yeah, I'm thinking about you, so I can make it. Okay, thanks.
So right here, we're going to go nice and straight this way.
So that guy was talking to us?
Yes, he was. He wanted to make sure.
Backtracking 31.
He wanted to make sure that he has time to take off.
Okay.
So I'll let you try to do as much of this as possible.
Okay, great. Turn left.
Not yet. We're going to go nice and straight. We want to pass the airport by about 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
So that's somewhere at the end of this little bush down here. Then we're going to turn left and go that way.
Okay.
So right around here you can start initiating a left turn. Maintain 1,700 feet.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, turning mid-left downwind, 3-1, full stop.
Very nice. And we're going to go
Edenvale traffic,
straight
call
in this
Freeman
direction.
Hotel, descending through 2,200, 5
Very
miles
nice.
to the north, inbound to land 3-1.
So this is called us on the downwind leg of our flight.
Okay. Downwind leg of our flight?
Yeah, downwind. This is the downwind direction.
Uh-huh.
The next one is called base and then final.
Okay.
So we do this so we never collide with another aircraft. So
Okay.
if there's other planes landing, they all have to follow the same
This
road.
pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo.
So right around here, we're going to turn left here.
Okay.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, turning left base, 3-1, full stop.
So right here, we're going to go nice and straight this way. Very
Okay.
good. And this is where I start to slow the aircraft down.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, yeah, it's getting rough. I'm going to start reducing my throttle. I get this needle into the white area there. That means it's safe to put on my flaps.
Okay.
I'm going to reach down here, flap lever 1, 2, feel how it goes nose down. And we're trying to maintain 65 knots. We do that with the stick.
Altitude.
What about the altitude?
Altitude's fine. We're dropping now. We want to.
Okay.
So right here, this is called turning final approach.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo Yankees, Aerodrome 3-1, straight departure to the west. I will reach the lakeshore and I go to 2500 from lakeshore eastbound at 2500.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, turning final, 3-1, full stop.
So the goal for the pilot here is to maintain 65 knots.
Okay.
We do that with the stick. If you want to go faster, you push forward.
Okay.
If you want to slow down, you pull back.
Golf, November, Quebec.
That would also impact our height, right?
I'm sorry?
That would impact our height, correct?
It will, but we arrest that by adding throttle. So if I don't want to sink anymore, watch what happens when I put power on. It stops sinking. Now our descent has stopped.
Right.
Now if I want to come back down, I reduce the power.
Uh-huh.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo Zulu Bravo, turning base 231.
So right now we're just dealing with some
Negative
winds.
contact on the traffic.
So we gotta come down.
3-1.
Right here, be gentle on the
Whereabouts are you?
control stick.
Just overhead of the field now.
Gotta get right in here.
lots of separation.
Roger.
Gonna wait till it lowers down a bit more. This is where I start using my foot pedals.
Quebec, 5 miles out to join
There we go.
direct downwind 431. Golf, golf.
Simple as that, man.
That's great. Well, it was not simple.
I
Maybe
know.
it was simple because you were here.
Edenvale traffic, Kilo
You did
Zulu
very
Bravo,
well.
turning final
Thank you.
231.
So, what did you do with this?
That controls flaps. Flaps are
Okay.
underneath the wing.
Uh-huh.
They come out like this, and they give the wing a larger wing area.
Okay.
So it allows the plane to fly safer at a slower speed.
Okay. And it's used mainly at the time of landing?
Landing and takeoff, yeah.
Both, okay.
Briefly for takeoff and for landing, absolutely.
Okay.
I just have to make a radio announcement here.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, clear of 3-1, backtracking 26 to the apron.
Awesome, you did very, very well.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This was so smooth.
Yeah,
And pretty interactive, I would say. Like, you were telling me everything
Yeah.
all the while.
I'm trying to, right? I'm trying to.
Great.
Edenvale traffic, X-ray Yankee Papa is crossing 260, for Delta.
There's a nice plane right there.
Oh, yeah. I didn't pay attention at the time of takeoff. So, at the time of takeoff, you did the same thing, like pulled it up and then...
I
put back.
did. I had it up just to that little click there.
Okay.
That's number 1, which is only 15 degrees. I just got to make one more announcement here.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankees, clear of 26 on the apron.
Yeah, for takeoff we use this. You
Uh-huh.
can't see them because they're underneath the wing.
Ah, okay, got it.
Active runway 208.